guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about scuba diving. So Tommy and I have a bucket list of goals that we would like to reach in our life. Simply traveling to all 50 states, we also desire to travel to all 7 continents. And within those continents, we have specific goals within them. So for our next big adventure, we are hoping, COVID pending, to make it to Australia and do some scuba diving there. So we have been in the process of taking scuba diving lessons and getting certified through PADI. It's an international organization that allows you to scuba dive anywhere, open water, without the need of an instructor. We will probably still go with someone. Not comfortable going alone, but we will be certified to do so. So there are several different steps to becoming scuba certified. Tommy and I chose to do what's called Discovery Scuba, which is a trial period for scuba diving. We did that a couple of months ago. And the point of that is kind of just an experience class. It's about 30 minutes long. You get to put all the gear on, go underwater inside a pool indoors, just to see if you even like it, if you like wearing the equipment, if you like the idea of swimming under the water, if you're comfortable with it. And then you don't have to go any further if you don't want to. It's way cheaper. So we did do that just to test it out. I'm personally not crazy comfortable in the water. I'm more of a mountain girl, but Tommy loves the water, so we kind of did that to see how I, for one, would handle it. And we signed up for the next class, so we clearly enjoyed it. So the actual scuba certification process is broken down into 3 steps. So the first step is the classroom portion, or in our case, we did an e-learning version. I'm not sure if they always have that or if it's because of COVID, but that's what we did. So the classroom portion is just reading textbook type material and then taking I believe it's a 50 question exam on that, and you do have to pass by 75% or more to be able to go on to the next section. So we were able to do that. It takes about 12 to 15 hours to complete. Now I spread mine out over probably a month and just kind of did it in downtime, so I don't know exactly how long it took me. Tommy was able to complete it in a week, just being home and being able to do that. So we did that, we both passed, and we actually had some friends going along with us, and they also passed. And then this past weekend, we did our first actual water session. So that was done in a pool. It's broken up into 2 4-hour days, 4.5-hour days. They also have weeknights, I think, but we did the 2 weekend 4-hour days. And within that, you're in a pool, you're putting on all of the gear, and you're learning all of the different skills that are necessary to get certified. So the basics of just simply breathing underwater with the equipment on, putting the equipment together, taking the equipment apart, learning how to properly dive into the water with the equipment, taking your goggles on and off underwater, which for me and my friend was a little bit scary because both of us wore contacts, so we had to do the whole thing with our eyes closed and drain the water out of the goggles and everything. It was just a little bit intimidating. You also had to learn to take the equipment off underneath, under the surface while you're underwater, and put everything back on. We had our air cut off, and then we had to borrow our buddy's air tank. So we had to just learn a whole bunch of skills to do that. You do not need to be a professional swimmer to scuba dive. That was a question some of my friends have asked, but you do need to know how to swim. We were required to complete a 200-meter swim in the pool, and we were told you don't need to breaststroke, you don't need to backstroke, you literally just need to get all 200 meters in. We were told we could doggy paddle if we needed to, or float on our backs, which is what I chose to do most of the time. But yeah, so you just have to hit all 200 meters, as well as you have to wade in the water for 10 minutes without touching anything. So again, you don't have to be a professional swimmer, but you have to be able to keep yourself above water. Because if in the instance that your BCD, which is the vest that keeps you afloat in the water when scuba diving, if for instance it doesn't work in a rare occasion, you need to be able to swim, obviously. So we did that class this weekend, which I'm still completely exhausted from. Every muscle in my body hurts. But you do that, and then you get graded on that. We all passed. And then you sign up for the third part, which is the actual open water dive part. So you are able to do that part locally within the same center that you took the other classes from, or you can actually take the paperwork from the classroom part and the pool session and take that abroad with you or wherever you're going to scuba dive and complete the third part at that location. So you can do that while you're on vacation or while you're on your trip or something. We have chosen we want to just do it here locally and kind of get it over with, because it is another 2 4-hour days worth of class, and we don't want to use those times of our vacation in class. So we are choosing to do it ahead of time. But that part for us will be out at a lake, and doing, I'm not sure exactly everything that we're going to be doing, but from what our instructor at our pool session told us, we will be basically doing a lot of the same skill sets. It will just be way deeper underwater. This certification will allow us to go 18 meters, which is 60 feet, I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't want to stir you the wrong way. But yeah, so we have a specific depth that we will be certified to go after this certification course. So we will be doing that out on a lake while taking off the goggles, taking off the vest, having our air cut off, all of those things. We'll be doing all of that again, as well as just learning to navigate underwater and things like that using a compass and such. And then we'll be certified. So the whole process can take as short amount of time as you want, as long as you get through all 3 of those steps: the classroom, the pool session, and the open water dive session. But you do only have a year to complete all 3 of those. So we started ours, our classroom part, we started in January. So we have until the end of this year, 2021, to complete that. Now we will be getting ours done hopefully way sooner than that. But you do have a year to complete all 3. And then the other thing is they do suggest that even after you're certified, if you don't scuba dive for at least 6 months, to take refresher courses. And our specific center here offers like open pool times that you can go do that and just practice doing all those skills again, or just practice going underwater with your gear on again. And there's just a rental fee for those types of things. So Tommy and I will probably have to do that based off the timing of our trip. But we'll be fully certified, hopefully, if we complete all of this summer, and we will be able to scuba dive. Now, the cost of scuba diving, you can pay for each of those steps individually, so you don't need to have all of the money up front. That's exactly what we're doing. We're kind of paying as we go. Now we have been saving for this. It's a decent chunk of money, but you can save for that and you can pay as you go. So if that works for you. And then as far as the equipment that you actually need, the BCD, which again is the vest part, and that includes all the hoses for the air tank and all of those things, that is part of your class fee. But you do need to have your own scuba grade goggles, snorkel, and fins. And depending on what types of fins you get, some of them require you to also have boots that go with them. And it's a personal preference based off how comfortable you are in the water and what types of water you want to swim in, whether that's cooler water or warmer water. If you're going to be going on vacation in an island area, the water is obviously going to be warmer. So that kind of determines what kinds of equipment that you're going to need. A wetsuit is also provided for the actual open water dive part. However, the PADI Scuba pools that are used are set at 88 degrees, which are obviously lower than a normal person's body temperature. So for some people, they're totally comfortable doing that. I was actually required to buy a wetsuit on site while we were there. My lips were turning blue and I was shivering so bad I couldn't stand. So it's just based off your body. So that might be something to think about, that it is not required to have a wetsuit to take these courses. But if you know that you're going to be cold in the water in a pool, you're definitely going to be cold in the lake or in the ocean. So that might be something that you want to invest in. They have those for sale at scuba centers. They also sell them on Amazon, which we found out after we purchased mine for an arm and a leg, but we didn't really have an option since we were there doing so, and I was turning blue like a Smurf. So that's just something to keep in mind as well, that not only do you have to have money set aside for the classes themselves, you also have to have money set aside for the equipment. But then when you go on your travels and do your scuba diving, you can bring your fins and goggles and things with you. They encourage that because it's fitted to you. It's fitted to your face, it's fitted to your feet. So everything's going to fit you. Whereas if you rent them when you're on vacation, you never know how it's going to work out. But the actual tanks, the air tanks and the BCD vests, that is all rentable when you're on vacation. So that's just something else to keep in mind. So if you have any questions about scuba diving, or if you're interested in scuba diving, drop those comments below. I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear about anywhere that you want to go scuba diving, or what you'd love to see, or if you love traveling in general, where you want to go. I know Tommy and I have a huge list, so we are all about that life and love talking with others about their travels. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.